Well, more and more Spokane crooks are using their vehicles as weapons when trying to avoid being arrested by police. In fact, in the past 24 hours, officers in the city and county have been rammed by drivers trying to make a getaway. Kxly 4's Jeff Humphrey joins us at the police department's boneyard with a look at that problem. And Jeff, is that a canine car?
Yeah, and unfortunately, they had not yet, Nadine, invented a seatbelt for canines, but I can tell you that this patrol dog, his name is Rav, and his handler, Officer Danny Lesser, they are okay after this crash. But it seems lately that Spokane's repeat offenders are increasingly trying to drive their way out of their next arrest, and in the process, putting the rest of us at risk. Last night, U.S. Marshals and the police department's anti-crime team were looking for Gary Todd and spotted him driving in this stolen Ford Focus on the South Hill. Todd did not want to go back to prison, and so he tried to outrun police.
This person didn't want to go back to jail, and that's why, obviously, he didn't mind ramming a patrol car and potentially hurting the officer or the canine that was inside.
Then, earlier this afternoon, a sheriff's deputy was trying to pull over this pickup truck in Meade. When the female driver realized her fake names were not going to keep her out of jail, she tried to run over the officer.
Eventually, she rolls the window up, locks the door, puts it back in reverse, and actually hits Deputy Mosier with the driver's side mirror, and it's icy there, and he was actually concerned that he was going to get sucked underneath the vehicle. Luckily, and very fortunately, he did not.
The driver joins a long list of crooks who are running from police because the charges they're wanted on are much worse than the crime of eluding. Murder suspect Brandon Mellon has led police on 3 pursuits. 2 out of our last 3 officer-involved shootings involved dangerous pursuits. Brian Storms is still waiting trial for slamming into an innocent bystander because he mistakenly thought he was being chased by police.
Kind of historically, you would expect something like this to be in the middle of the night, 2 or 3 in the morning. That's not the case anymore. You know, especially with the drug addiction that folks have, as we've seen with residential burglaries, daytime burglaries, it's very common for us to see very unfortunate things like this during the daytime.
And that is why, Nadine, if you are out driving around and you hear those sirens coming, look and find where the police car is coming from. But if you're in an intersection, a stoplight, or a stop sign, make sure the police are not chasing somebody, because these crooks, they don't care if they run into you. They're trying to get away, and more often than not, Nadine, they are driving around in a stolen car. That's another reason why they don't care.
Yeah, it really poses a dangerous situation for all of us. Jeff, we understand that police also now want judges to treat these eluding cases a lot more seriously, especially when setting bond.
And that recently happened when Judge Annette Pleas set a bond, a $100,000 bond for Chris Canada. He routinely runs from police. Cars are 6,000-pound bullets, and police think that if people use them as weapons, then those offenders deserve the bond amounts that you typically see with something like a drive-by shooting. Reporting live in North Spokane, Jeff Humphrey, Kxly 4.